Hi, Sarah Eder here. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome back to my channel. I am, again, Sarah Eder, your 7-figure raising capital coach, professional real estate investor, and wealth mentor. So today we are going to talk about how you can rapidly grow your portfolio and finally achieve your dreams of financial freedom in 2019. So if you guys are familiar with my channel, I'm so passionate about helping other investors achieve their financial freedom faster, especially in really creative ways when it comes to not having capital, not having financing, and how to strategically grow a portfolio without your own money. So if you guys enjoy this, I highly encourage you, please subscribe and like my channel below so that you can get all of the new notifications. I've also dropped something really cool and amazing free resource that you should check out in my comments below. It's an ultimate guide to building an entire real estate portfolio without your own money. 26 pages of info. It's my exact system, all my tips and whatnot on how I have actually grown my own portfolio and raised 7 figures in capital this year alone, because I want to give this back to you guys and have you be the successful real estate investors that I know you can be. So let's dive in. This is going to be a super exciting topic. I know so many people, it's the end of the year, we're getting really close to January, and people want to just get going. They want to have that real estate portfolio. Maybe this year wasn't the greatest year for you. Maybe you were having some financing issues. Maybe you've run out of capital. So what do? How are you going to grow that portfolio next year and finally quit that 9-to-5? Finally have that portfolio that will allow you to retire early, go on vacation, spend more time with your families, right? This is what this is all about. So we're going to go through a few different steps, a few different strategies that I want you to consider next year. That if you really want to grow your portfolio, what are you going to do if you've hit a wall, if you're really stuck and struggling? Honestly, the number one thing I can say is if you guys are stuck, you have like a duplex or a triplex and you don't know the next step to take, or you're flipping and it's just not working for you, or you're not sure how to strategically grow in a way that's going to allow you to retire faster. You don't know how many properties you need, what types of properties are going to be the best ones for you. I highly recommend you guys invest in a mentor. I know so many people are thinking, but Sarah, I'm running out of capital. I don't have more money to invest. I should invest in a property, not in a couch. But I'm going to tell you right now that you can keep hitting your head against a wall, struggling, trying this, trying that, or you can laser in, dial down into exactly what is going to make you those 7 figures, but actually, talking to someone that's done it themselves. Why would you want to just, try and trial and error when you can get the answers from someone who's going to take you step by step, who's going to evaluate your current portfolio, who's going to tell you exactly the next steps you should take? It makes so much sense. It is an investment in your future. And keep in mind, you cannot see a return if you don't invest. We always think about investing in the portfolio. And a lot of people forget that they also need to invest in themselves, whether that's performance coaching, goal setting, strategizing. This is so important. You need good attitude. You need good habits. You need good goal setting tactics if you ever want to grow a 7-figure, 8-figure portfolio and retire, you guys. That means sitting down with a tax accountant. That means sitting down with an amazing mortgage broker saying, okay, how many properties do I need? How many should I be buying next year? What's my financing cap? How much capital do I need to acquire? All of these important things, guys. So sit down with your power team, your mentors, your coach, your tax accountants. Should you form a corporation, a 3-tiered, some holding companies? This stuff is going to take you from just this bumbling everyday investor to a machine. You gotta run your portfolio like a business. And you wanna know why? Because in your head, you're dreaming about being able to go away. Maybe take 6 months off with your kids, go travel around the world, have an amazing life. But I'm telling you, even if you have 50 doors, if you're not running your portfolio like a real business, you're never going to be able to do that because you have to micromanage everything. You haven't automated your systems. You haven't delegated tasks. You don't have a staff and teams and systems in place. So you can't step away from that portfolio because you don't know how you're strategically moving forward. So that's why I say it's so important to get like a business coach, a mentor, someone's going to help you create business systems and structures, because a true business is set up so that you can step back and the business still runs itself. If that's not happening for you right now, you need to do some reevaluation of how in depth you want to be, because I know some 7-figure investors that are busier than ever, and they make maybe even 10 times as much as I do, because they're so deep in it. They're like on this hamster wheel, and no one wants to do that. I delegated really early in my portfolio so I can just step back and have the professionals do their job, because I want to be doing what I do best, which is like raising capital, finding properties, and then enjoying the lifestyle that I've created for myself. So delegation, getting a mentor, getting a coach is the number one thing I recommend that you do in the new year if you really want to take your portfolio to the next level. You should also think about, diversification. If you are doing buy and holds, for example, and you're kind of struggling to get away from that 9 to 5, I know you need to replace your income, right? So start to think about like strategies in the meantime that can get you there. For example, I do coaching on the side, and I do a bit of wholesaling. I do a bit of flipping to generate some consistent income. So think about things like that. What are your strengths? Can you be a consultant? Can you be a strategist for someone? Maybe you start up a little wholesaling business so you can generate a bit of additional income. But start to think about ways that if you're really serious about devoting your entire time to growing a real estate portfolio, you want to quit your corporate job, you have to replace that income, and the cash flow from single families or, buy and holds isn't going to be enough. It's not going to happen fast enough. Maybe go get your real estate license. Start to think of ways that you're going to generate daily income so you can focus more time on growing your real estate portfolio. I think that's super important. Another thing to consider is to sit down with a mortgage broker. A good one, an investment-focused mortgage broker and an amazing tax accountant. Sit down and find weaknesses and strengths in your portfolio before the new year starts. Decide if there's something that's just not working in your portfolio. And, sit down with this mortgage broker, sit down with the tax accountant and say, okay, should I keep this property? Or is this just like a dead weight? Can I be allocating these assets towards a higher performing property? Something that, maybe it's like a duplex conversion. Maybe it's a duplex that can be converted into a triplex, something you can really force a lot of equity, force a lot of appreciation so you can take it out and recycle it. Because if it's not doing enough for you right now, it's not appreciating, it's not cash flowing that great, cut the dead weight. You don't want to grow 5 years from now. You want to grow today. If you're really serious about growing an 7-figure portfolio, you want to do this full time, you want to quit your job, you have to be on a constant upswing. So cut the dead weight in your portfolio, allocate that to something that has great appreciation. It all depends on where you're at in your portfolio. And that's why it's important to talk to, mortgage brokers and people who really know their stuff. Because, they might say like, hey, no, hang on to this and we're going to refi it 2 years from now. Or they might say, you're in a growth, wealth building stage. Don't hang on to dead weight. Flip a few houses, get some single family homes where the appreciation goes high, because that's going to allow you to, invest in single family home, wait 6 months, refi, pull the equity and go again. Another small property, you're going to do it again and again and again and again. So you can just get to that level. Because unless you're bringing in a lot of constant capital and a lot of constant equity, you're parking your money. But if you want to get to here, you can't park, because it's going to look more like this. It's going to take you a lot longer to get here. You need to think about the strategies and what is currently happening in your portfolio so that you can accelerate your growth. And again, it all depends on where you're at. You might not want to quit your 9 to 5. You're happy with your corporate job. You're just doing your thing. That's totally fine. I'm speaking more personally, millennials, people that I know that are I need to get out of my 9 to 5. All right. Then you need to pick the strategies, pick the right properties, cut out the dead weight, and just focus on things that are going to just rapidly build your equity and your wealth. So that being said, that goes into my second point. So, there could be properties in your portfolio right now that are underperforming that you can have perform better. It could be that, maybe you have a house with a basement that can be duplex, like an accessory apartment. It could be that you could build a coach house in the back or one of those tiny homes. It could be that you maybe change your structure and make it more of like an Airbnb or short-term rental. Again, sit down with a mentor, sit down with a mortgage broker, think about where your portfolio is currently underperforming. Think outside the box, get a bit creative. Even if you have to stick a bit of equity, stick a bit of capital to like rehab something. I mean, like accessory apartments and duplex conversions are like some of the most amazing things happening right now. You can literally double your cash flow, double your, net rent that's coming in just by adding an accessory apartment or like a carriage house or like a small tiny house if your property is zoned for it. Go through your portfolio, nitpick the ones again that don't work, just sell them, and the ones that could get you some tweaking, build an addition on the back and make it a triplex. Finish the loft and rent it out. Do some really creative things, and it'll really help to accelerate your growth in 2019. And the final thing I want to, encourage you guys to do, if you're doing this on your own right now, think about collaborating. Think about doing some JVs. Think about, lending out some capital or, bringing on some people to your team. Because as much as sometimes it scares people to give away half of a deal, they're like, nah, this is my portfolio. This is my equity. This is my baby. Put it this way. How many properties are you currently doing this year? If you're just like a couple, or, you are just doing it off of your own corporate income. What are you doing? 1, 2 properties a year? I know some people that are doing 5, and I mean, they're really pushing themselves. But the average, married couple or whatever that I know that I coach that are investing, they're doing maybe 1, 2 max a year. But if you were to, say, pool resources and collaborate with another investor, with some money partners, with some JV partners, get some influx of capital, right? I know that's pretty much all I talk about, but I talk about it for a reason because, I am looking to buy, 10 to 15 properties next year, minimum. How am I going to do that? So I'm pulling on a ton of different resources. People who can hold mortgages, capital, hard money lenders, different investors. We're all pooling our resources to make this machine that's going to allow me to just buy a ton of different properties because I'm not limited to my own personal income. I'm not limited to my own financing ability. I'm not limited to the amount of capital that I can bring to the table. We're all bringing in different things. And yeah, I'm giving away, 30%, 50% of one deal. But would I rather have 100% of one? Or would I rather have 50% of 10? Do the math, right, guys? Over time, the exponential growth just makes so much more sense. So if you're really looking to launch, finally get to that 7-figure level, 8 figures and beyond, consider highly, I encourage you to collaborate, to bring on some JVs, raise some capital, and see where that takes you. So those are my tips and strategies for you guys in 2019. If you're looking to really rapidly accelerate the growth of your portfolio, you need to push yourself out of that rut, get unstuck a little, and get some motivation, some inspiration for what can be possible for you. I highly encourage you to take some of these tips, think about it, and just go for it in 2019, guys. This is the year you need to step outside your comfort zone and finally achieve the real estate portfolio of your dreams. I believe in you. All right. If I can do it, honestly, anyone can. All right. So I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Thanks so much again for tuning in. Please, if you like what you see, subscribe, hit that button below. It would mean the world to me because I love bringing this knowledge to you guys. It really gives me a lot of fulfillment, and it's such a passion to give this knowledge back after everything that I've been able to accomplish, and thanks to my mentors and the people that have taken the time to help me. So, and again, don't forget about the free resource. If you guys are super interested in learning about JVs, capital is a full, comprehensive 26-page guide. My entire system, scripts, everything on how I built an entire real estate portfolio and all the steps you can take to do so without your own capital. It's such a great free resource. Please download it and check it out and hit subscribe below. And again, if you want to check me out on my other social media, my handle is at Sarah Etter Invest. I give a ton of free trainings every Wednesday night on my Facebook Live and Insta. Go check it out. And I hope you guys have an awesome week. We will talk to you soon. Stay tuned, guys. Bye.